You start dying slowly if you do not travel, if you do not read, if you do not listen to the sounds of your life, if you do not appreciate yourself. You start dying slowly when you kill your self-esteem, when you do not let others help you. You start dying slowly if you become a slave to your habits, walking every day on the same paths. If you do not change your routine, if you do not wear different colors, if you do not speak to those you don't know, you start dying slowly. If you avoid to feel passion and their turbulent emotions, those which make your eyes glisten and your heart beat fast, you start dying slowly. If you do not change your life when you are not satisfied with your job or with your love, if you do not risk what is safe for the uncertain, if you do not go after a dream, if you do not allow yourself at least once in your lifetime to run away from sensible advice.
I was only 9 years old when my grandfather first introduced me to the concept of garden weeds. Just rip them out, but make sure you get them by the root, he said, because we do not want them growing back. It's been 10 years now, and to this day I still haven't wrapped my head around the fact that some plants can be beautiful whilst others can be seen as evil. Society seems to categorise these people in this way too, and I don't think I'm very fond of it.
Do you remember back when we used to play in the field? Before we put up our social anxiety shield? We called them the good times. We didn't even know it, but then we lost them so quick. It was like a candle. I burnt out down to the wick. I miss when putting on a smile was so effortless, when I had that passion, the fire, and the recklessness, because now I just want to sit in my bed all day. I just want to stare at the ceiling and try to think back to when it was all okay, when instead of selling my soul for an ounce of dopamine, I sold lemonade for 25 cents. And instead of feeling empty, I felt fulfilled, and that feeling was so intense because I would hit up my friends and we'd pretend that we were saving the world, but now my emotions got my head in a whirl. Am I thinking straight? Am I all a mess? I don't want to fly those little paper airplanes anymore. I just want to shut my friends out and lock the door. But I can't.
Hi, I'm Evelyn, and this is my poem, Autism Listens. It took me 12 years of being autistic to realize I was your punchline. Not the exception, but the rule when you called us retard, special needs, vegetable, won't even say autistic unless you can put screeching after it. In case you hadn't noticed, we were listening. Heard loud and clear that it's a special need to be treated with respect. Tell me one more time that I'm a person with autism, so I know you can't remember the person part if you hear autism first. Tell me why you won't vaccinate your kids because you're too afraid they'll turn out like this, that you'd rather them get polio and measles and smallpox than subject you to stares at the grocery store when your kid starts crying and screaming because the lights are too bright and the air is too cold and the shopping cart squeaks on the linoleum and the tag in their shirt becomes an insurmountable gate between us and the society made for you. Maybe you just didn't notice. You were too busy watching Sheldon Cooper and Rain Man and sharing Facebook posts celebrating how cute it was that one of our nice, normal classmates sacrificed their special night to take us to prom, pushing your pity into me with both hands. You called them heroes for taking on the insurmountable task of our inclusion, turned around to say how brave I was to share my story, then to ask why it's so fucking brave to be autistic in the first place. The puzzle I want to solve isn't a logo of some scam charity that claims to speak for me. It's why when autism speaks, nobody listens. You listen to the warrior mommies and the scary statistics, but it turns out that 1 in 54 people are autistic, and we're still people no matter what the other 53 people believe. Not just an epidemic or a problem to be solved. Even if you hadn't noticed our worthiness, we do.
Her eyes are blue Yours are brown, hers represents the ocean, yours represents the ground. You've always hated your eyes and wished that they were blue, but your eyes have a tint of gold so rare it must not be true. So yes, her eyes are blue, and yes, your eyes are brown, but your eyes hold the riches that are buried in the ground. Her eyes carry storms and rage like the sea. Your eyes carry earthquakes that bring mountains to their knees. Maybe her eyes are blue, but your eyes reign queen because they hold the purest riches the world has ever seen.
I think I knew it was getting bad again when I started to do everything sitting down. And I think I understood it was getting bad again when a smile became much more difficult to produce than a frown. When the room didn't light up whenever I was around, and when the tears came silently, not creating any sound. And I think I knew it was bad when my own internal clock stopped ticking. When the itching for joy became my new favorite pastime. When a laugh with my friends cost much more than a dime. It was more like an act that I put on with a grinning mouth that isn't even mine. And I think I knew it was getting bad again when the fog came back, the crows flew away, and the dark started to attack. And when I began to wonder if I'll ever get my permanent smile back.
If the boy who draws lets you look over his shoulder, if the poet smiles and shows you her work, if the girl who sings for the shower only hums a song in front of you, know that you are no longer a person, but the air and dust that fills their lungs. When the world perishes and all things cease to exist, you'll remain inside an ink stain, a paintbrush, a song.
To all my Christian TikTokers who are posting videos, don't delete your page, don't go private, because you know the Lord knows. People are going to comment, all hail Satan and 666, but when it comes down to it, those are just stones and sticks. So keep posting your videos about the good news of the Lord, because we know that that Bible that we use is a sword.
I don't want you to love me because I'm good for you, because I say and do all the right things, because I am everything you have been looking for. I want to be the one you didn't see coming. The one who gets under your skin, who makes you unsteady, who makes you question everything you have ever believed about love. I want to be the one who makes you feel reckless and out of control, the one you are infuriatingly and inexplicably drawn to. I don't want to be the one who tucks you into bed. I want to be the reason why you can't sleep at night.
I've waited 100 years.
If this is on your For You page, this may be something that you need to hear today. Those words both mended and broke my heart. I love you, he said. Yet I still can't figure out how he could love me and leave me at the same time.
Remember what you must do when they undervalue you, when they think your softness is your weakness, when they treat your kindness like it's their advantage. You awaken every dragon, every wolf, every monster that sleeps inside you, and you remind them what hell looks like when it wears the skin of a gentle human.
There will be men who swim in your skin, and others who drown themselves in everything that lies beneath. This is how you know.
I think I knew it was getting bad again when I started to do everything sitting down. And I think I knew it was getting bad again when a smile became much more difficult to produce than a frown. When the room didn't light up whenever I was around, and when the tears came silently, not creating any sound. And I think I knew it was getting bad again when my own internal clock stopped ticking. When the itching for joy became my new favorite pastime. When a laugh with my friends cost much more than a dime, more like an act that I put on with a grinning mouth that isn't even mine. And I think I knew it was getting bad again when the fog came back. The crows flew away and the darkness started to attack, and when I began to wonder if I'll ever get my permanent smile back.
It's funny how you can still feel it 4 years down the line, stomach dropping, breath catching, but oh no, I'm fine. It's just 3 hours too late. I should have gone to sleep, but instead here I lay and play your voice on repeat. Withdrawal, they call it, the sickness and shakes. They said once I got past it, I would lose the fucking ache. Maybe not an ache, just a twinge of a craving I feel. Thumb hovers over the keyboard as I make an appeal. Just one look, a little taste, and never again. Nothing more than a checkup on my old long-lost friend. I take a big hit and get a good high. See that picture with her and kind of want to die, but then I close every tab, taking you from my view, thinking one day I'll learn not to relapse on you.
When my children ask me why I fell in love with their mother, I'll tell them their grandma taught me to hold on to the people that make me happy. And I swear, no one has made me happier than your mother. She is a hand-knit sweater on nights when winter's temper tantrums turn a space heater into a lukewarm solution to the chill that accompanies her vacancy from my bed, and Lord knows how many times we should have been apart. But I swear, this woman wears forgiveness like a necklace, passed down from a lineage of women who make mansions of broken homes and fractured men. You know, one day I asked her to pick up my pieces. And in kind, she smiled, then built me a house worth living in, planted a garden in the front yard with the history of our love inscribed on every flower petal. She trusts me to water it daily, and you bet your ass I do, in hopes that one day our great-grandchildren will also know that they are fruits picked from a healthy orchard.